This loving kindness meditation has to be repeated at least one more time. We'll do it after a gap. Tomorrow we will do shamatha meditation. And then today I thought the verse was over, but one expression I missed. That is shraddhaya parayopetaha. What is this shraddha? That is an important topic. There was a question also about it. So I will briefly discuss it tomorrow morning and then proceed further. Dayananda Ashram, Ramakrishna Matha, Chinmaya Mission. Do they have all same Vedanta teaching? Yeah. Same methods may be different. They are all Advaita Vedanta teaching. They don't teach duality. They all teach Advaita. Their approaches could be different in some respects. Whereas some of the Ramanuja groups are there. They are different. Krishna consciousness group, different. But these three groups teach the same Vedanta. And other practices could be different. Ramakrishna Mission is primarily geared to service. Whereas in Chinmaya Mission and Dayananda group, service occupies a secondary place. In fact, it was not even secondary till a few years back. Only in the last decade it has acquired greater importance. We have a thing called aim for seva and all that in our group. Whereas Ramakrishna Mission has this service from day one. Means almost more than 100 years they are doing service, yeoman service in the society, among the poor. In the fields of education and medicine, they are doing tremendous service. Chinmaya Mission also has got a lot of service activities, I suppose. But even there, the primary focus is on Vedanta teaching. How you consider autobiography of a yogi? It is phenomenal. It is obviously biography. So, biography is mithya, It is like I take a pencil and write my biography on the waters of Ganga. What will happen to the biography? Even as I am writing, it is flowing away. Therefore, we don't give much importance to the biographies, whether written by others or written by oneself. Biographies, I do not give much importance to that. Because we get up in the morning and start teaching Jagat Mithya. When Jagat is Mithya, one person's life, how can it be important? Having said that, suppose the biography is used as a medium of teaching Vedanta, then it could be of some importance. I have come across only one such biography, autobiography that too, which makes a wonderful reading for a student of Vedanta, from the Vedanta standpoint. That is the autobiography by Swami Onkar. He is no more. He is from some village in Andhra Pradesh, near Visakhapatnam area. Near the pilgrimage town of Annavaram, there is a place called Shanti Ashram, and he was the founder of that place. He was one of the kingpins of Advaita Vedanta. He wrote an autobiography, but in that the biographical details are not highlighted. A particular context of his life is mentioned only to highlight the vision of Vedanta. That is how he made a biography. Therefore, that is an exception to these run-of-the-mill biographies. Therefore, it has value. The other biographies, that to a yogi's biography, yoga people are dualists. They don't follow Advaita. So, what can be my opinion about that? I am not for it. Autobiography of Swami Omkar. It is in English, originally written in English. Later somebody has translated into Telugu, but it is originally written in English. Swami Omkar book, not autobiography. I made a book of Swami Omkar in Telugu, that is, in English it is called Meditation, that is the name of the book. I made it in Telugu for the benefit of Telugu speaking people. In Telugu it is called Dhyanamu. Whether Om can be chanted like we chant Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, you can. You should. I mean, chant means not like you chant with Hare Rama, not that way. Om chant is very unique. It is not like chanting Hare Rama. For Hare Rama, it is a verse. And so you chant it as a verse. Whereas Om is a sacred sound that is connected to Prana. Prana is exhalation. That's why it is called Pranava. It is connected to Prana. That's why called Pranava. That is the Nirukti. Not a Vyakaranam, Nirukti. Therefore, you have to chant it with Prana. Prana is exhalation. Still it is chanting. So, you can chant the right way, yeah. Any restrictions in chanting? Like sannyasis only? No, I thought so. The question is leading to that. Anybody can chant. A cuckoo or cuckoo, how do you call it? Cuckoo. A cuckoo chants Om. And a child chants Om. A horse chants Om. An elephant chants Om. And the wind is blowing through the branches of the tree. The wind chants Om. Or the branches chant Om. The river Ganga chanting Om. You listen to that. So what is the problem with you? You are the human being, the epitome of nature's evolution. So you have every right to chant. Sannyasis don't chant Omkara. Omkara makes you a sannyasi. In Om, as you chant Oma in the sequence, I mean, you don't say Uma, but you say Om only, but O includes A and U. It is a diphthong. It includes A and U. Mu is Mu. Therefore, as you chant, by the time I is concluded and you enter into U, the Vishwa is resolved. And by the time you finish U and come to M, the Taijasa is resolved. By the time you conclude M, the Prajna is resolved. And then you are in the silence, which is Turiya. So, you are welcome to chant Om. So, Turiya is sannyasa. చెప్పండి మళ్ళీ చెప్పండి of the sun, yeah. It resembles Om. Every sound of nature resembles Om. Om is nature's sound. It's a cosmic sound. Therefore, it makes you a sannyasi. By the time you come into Turiya, you are a sannyasi. Because you have given up the Vishwa Taijasa Prajna identifications and now you have become a sannyasi. So sannyasi is chanting Om. That is one way of putting it, but the better way would be chanting of Om makes you a sannyasi. That's why people are afraid of chanting Om, because they don't want to become sannyasis, and the parents don't like their children to chant Om because they should not become sannyasis, you know. That is the parents, that is how parents want it. Parents, they are caught for good and they want their children also to be caught for good. Om as? Now, Om is formless, it is. You can do that, but it is not done like that. So, if you go by the Upanishad, because Om is presented by only Upanishads, so you have to follow the advice of the Upanishad, Kathopanishad if you take. So, etadeva, etadalambanam shreshtham, etadalambanam param, etadalambanam jnatva yo yadichyati tasya tat. There, yo yadichyati means you want to worship Saguna Brahma, Om is for you. You want to worship Nirguna Brahma, you want to know the Nirguna Brahma as yourself, that is Jnanam. You want to worship Saguna Brahma, that is Upasana. For both, Om is the means. It is presented like that. Saguna only, not Sakara. As of now, as the Upanishad, it is like that. Now, if you come to Purana, then Om is used for Sakara also. Yeah. Whether Guru Upadesha is necessary? Yeah, it is necessary. It is good. It is good. And already it is, you must have attended some Vedanta class where Om was mentioned or Om was described. So the Upadesha was over already. That's it. You don't need a special Upadesha for it. Call all the people and videographers and all that, and then cover a new cloth on the head and do Upadesha. Very contradicting oneself. On one side videographing and on the other side covering it up. So you do either this or that. Om is the supreme. Yeah. Om is the supreme. Chatvari shrunga trayo asya pada dve shirushe saptahastaso asya tridha buddho vrushabho roraviti maho devo martyagum avivesha. This is a mantra. That is the vrushabha, the bull. That is Om. Chatvari shrungaha, that is the Auma and the Turiya, like that. That is the vrushabha, that is the bull. We will have. We'll plan. It is good to chant mantra, nice. And send good vibrations to a person you are imagining now. Okay, you are welcome to your imagination. To a sick person, to a person who is sick, you help the sick person, do some service to him instead of sending vibrations from a distance. You do the chant and go to the person and do some service. And if he wants some medicine and some money for the medicine, do that. That will be better, you know. So I sit in Padmarao Nagar and somebody falls sick and sends me a message. Then I chant here Om and prayers and all that and send some tirtham and prasadam to that person. That is one way of doing it. Another way is I myself go and do some service to the guy and take medicines and give to him. Or consult the doctor if the doctor is known to me. So talk with the doctor and see that the person is helped. So be more practical. You can still pray. Prayer doesn't come in the way of the service. But this kind of imagination that you are sending vibrations, etc. So you are imagining things. Who is sick, to relieve him or her from pain and suffering. Yeah, your spirit is good. And so you follow the esoteric way, means prayer and all that. That is also good. But you should follow it up with more practical things. That will be better. I am a little confused. In Nirvana Shatkam it says, you are not prana. You are not prana. Not only Nirvana Shatkam, the Upanishads say prana. You are not prana. Prana is a shield. Pranamaya kosha. You are deeper than prana. And Upanishad Mundaka, you know, aprano yamana shubhraha. You are shubhraha. You are pure Atman. which is neither prana nor mind, neither kriya shakti nor vijnana shakti. Yeah, there is no confusion in it. You are not prana. And for your kind information, prana is jada also. You are chetana. Prana is jada. Prana is like electricity. When I eat food, I should give 5 ahutis for 5 pranas. There Parabrahma manifest as the 5 pranas is being worshipped. Okay? Therefore that context is different. That is the worship of Saguna Brahma, where there is duality and all that. So, but when it comes to Nirguna Parabrahma, it is not prana. Prana is mithya. And vijnana is also mithya. Only Atma is the real. So you have to move between the two situations. One is Saguna Brahma, and you are separate from the Saguna Brahma, and Saguna Brahma manifests as the Jagat. That is real. Jagat, Namarupa is unreal, but the underlying Saguna Brahma is real and separate from you. That is when you offer the ahutis. And then pranahutis, that is the karma. And when you are doing karma, you are identified with the body-mind. And you are karta, bhokta and all that. That is a different situation. So, you should not try to connect one statement from one paradigm to a different statement in a different paradigm. If you try to connect like that, you will end up in contradictions. So that kind of a confusion could be caused by that kind of intra-paradigm connection, which you are advised to avoid. A person or parents spent their lifetime in bringing up their children. You are imagining again? You don't bring up the children, they come up. And then there is a higher power which brings up everybody, including you. So you are already imagining. After 4 days of Vedanta, you are still in imagination only. Doesn't matter, there is another 6 days. With limited resource, so you are already taking a lot of credit already. You are a karta bhokta, brought up children with limited resource. If you have limited resources, what about the poor people of the slums and other localities? Their resources are much, much more meager than one of our people's resources. They also bring up their children. Their children are very dear to them. So this is the samsara goes on like that. Could not visit shrines or holy places. I tell you, visiting shrines and holy places is mostly the pastime of middle class and upper middle class and rich people. Once I went to Kedarnath, and while coming back, an elderly woman, I was walking down. I did not employ any horse and all that. I was just walking down, though it's a bit tough. So an old woman from Maharashtra, she was shaking with cold. It was very cold. I had a sweater and a shawl to support the sweater. Therefore I gave the shawl to her. Then she told me, she blessed me and told, "Beta, ये भगवान बूढ़ों का भगवान नहीं है, ये जवान का भगवान है." Means this God is not of elderly people. This God is of youth. I told Amma, you said very correctly. You and I are a misfit here. She said, yes, we are a misfit. We should not have come here because we are suffering in the cold and walking and all that. And she did not have chappals also. Walking on bare feet on that cold stones. And my chappals are useless for her. And she was saying, ये भगवान बूढ़ों का नहीं है, ये तो जवानों का भगवान है. That is very true. Then I went to some other place, maybe I think it was Tirupati or somewhere. And then there was a queue, free queue. But I don't have the energy to stand in the free queue. Myself and my friend, we entered into 500 rupee queue. Even there, 500 rupee tickets are out. They are already sold and the counter was closed. But they were sold in black. Somebody purchased a few more extra and now he is selling them for 800 each. Then we purchased 2 of them and entered into the queue. Then my friend told me, "Ye Bhagavan to rich people ka Bhagavan hai ye not of common people." Because 800 rupees at that time, 20 years back, was big money. And so we had to spend 1600 rupees, almost like the combined salary of both of us. Really, it was the combined salary of the month for both of us. So then we thought, the God is meant for rich people only, not for poor people. Very true. Some of these rituals, like Kalyanam, Venkateswara Swami Kalyanam, it is the price on its face value is 10,000 rupees, but it is sold in black. 100,000 rupees is the price, and you have to wait for 4 years. After paying 50,000 or 100,000, it is not 10,000, it is much more than that. After paying that much money, you have to wait. And if you have some big recommendation, probably you may want to go ahead. I don't know how it works. So it is meant for not common people. In fact, in that hall, no common people will be there. Only rich and powerful will be there. Aisa hota hai. Will they be blessed since they discharged their duties effectively? They will be blessed. To get blessings, you need not go to shrines where your economy is not suitable. I mean, your economy cannot afford that kind of a shrine. You need not visit to get blessing. You sit at home and you can bless. You have combined 2 unrelated things and made a question. You want to be blessed for bringing up the children, though you could not visit the shrines. There is no connection between the 3 things. Visiting the shrines, bringing up the children, blessing. All the 3 are 3 different things. Okay? Blessing is always with you in your heart. You need not go to any places for that. And then the Bhagavan that you want to visit in the shrines is already with you. Idam tirtham iti bhramyanti tamasa janaha. Sutta Samhita. So tamasa janaha, people who do not know the truth, they are roaming here and there, saying that this is the pilgrimage, that is the pilgrimage, like that. This is Vedanta class, you know. You are sitting in a Vedanta class, not in a Purana class. Therefore, be prepared to listen to such statements. So don't grudge me for making such statements. Really. They are all poor people. The Swamis, the sadhus are poor sadhus. No. Jijnasus are attending. That is what I thought. Not rich. Jijnasus are attending the camp. That is what I thought. Okay, that is how I look at it. So when you teach Vedanta, you do not distinguish they are poor, they are rich. There are no rich people. All are poor only. You know how a rich person is defined? A rich person is one who is a slave to his riches. Therefore, you have to teach Vedanta gently to the rich people, so that they can be emancipated from that slavery. Therefore, and then Vedanta is not for hungry people. You should not teach Vedanta to hungry people. You should give food to hungry people. For example, they all come. You don't teach them Vedanta and don't make them chant this and chant that. Whatever they want to chant, they chant. You give them food and some dakshina so that they can purchase some toothpaste and toothbrush, etc. So that is the spirit of the Bhandara. There may be a few discrepancies here and there. You don't have an ideal world. Similarly, you don't have an ideal ashram, you don't have an ideal Bhandara. We are struggling to make something meaningful out of these setups. So you have to understand it that way. Then, so bringing up the children, that is an imagination. You are taking too much of doership upon you. You are arrogating too much of doership to yourself. Better you don't do it, so that you will feel light. Then shrines visit, etc. is not the primary aspect of religion. It is not an integral part of the true religion which I have defined it today. Therefore, don't worry about it. If you come across a shrine, no harm, you visit it and you be happy about it. But it is not mandatory. Then the third blessing is always with you. You have to discover it. Advise, what are the benefits of chitta shuddhi? It is like when the body is clean, you feel fresh and healthy. Similarly, when the mind is pure, you feel fresh, you feel light, you feel freedom, and you feel loving, and you feel the divinity in you, and you feel the bliss which is your birthright. All that when your mind is pure, all of that. Therefore, chitta shuddhi is a primary goal. It must be. The most effective way of chitta shuddhi, that is what we are doing. So, adveshta, sarva bhutanam, etc. It is all about chitta shuddhi only. It is not about building a shrine within you. You need not. Because the shrine is already there. You see, I will tell you an anecdote. There was a Mahatma or a sadhu who was going somewhere, and then he rested outside the village. He reached the village and he had some food with him, carried some food in a box, and he is in the outskirts of a village where there was a temple which was falling apart, a dilapidated temple. And he found some simple place there, a clean place, where it was shade was there. And so he ate his food and rested. Then some children ran to the village and told a Mahatma was in the temple. Then all the elders of the village, they got some inspiration. Some Mahatma is outside the temple which has fallen down. So they got all inspired or whatever. They came. A dozen of them came running. And then others followed suit. Then this Mahatma woke up, and they were all there waiting for him to wake up. So he woke up and saw the elders of the village. And he asked, "What is the matter? Why are you here?" "Mahatma ji, we are very happy that you have come to our village and rested in the temple area, but unfortunately the temple has fallen apart. If you provide guidance to us, we will build this temple again, rebuild the temple." Then Mahatma said, "You can do that." Then immediately one of them got up, a person of some entrepreneurship, a young guy. "So I am now rushing to Kashi to bring Shivalinga." That is the Shiva temple. "So to bring Shivalinga, I am rushing to Kashi." Then the Mahatma said, "You need not rush, you sit down." No, for temple you need linga, you know. You keep quiet. You need not rush anywhere. Keep quiet. Then he asked the villagers, this Mahatma, to bring some crowbars and other instruments to move the earth. And he took them, some young and able-bodied people of 5 or 6 of them, and he took them to the inner shrine. The entire inner shrine was covered with bird droppings and dust and mud and whatnot. Then he asked them to drive away all these creatures living inside, some snakes and all that, and also some of them hanging from the bats and all that. So they were all driven away. Then he asked them, "You dig up all this mud that has settled inside the inner sanctum." So they dug up, and suddenly they found the linga there. Then the Mahatma told, "That's why I told you need not go to Kashi to bring linga and all that." That is the story. Okay? So there is the linga in you. Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. It is already there. But it is covered with jealousy, envy, hatred, ill will, greed, ambition, and all false notions about oneself that I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I bring up this, I do that, I accomplish this, all these notions. These are the impurities, endless impurities that cover up the Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. So you remove all those impurities, the Shiva shines in all glory. That is the answer to the question. What is the difference between endurance and helpless suffering? It is the opposite, diametrically opposite. In the face of an adversity, either you endure it and remain calm and quiet, and then respond appropriately to the situation, or you sit and cry helplessly. So there are two possible situations, Quite often people do the second one. They sit and cry, especially with respect to physical pain and illness. See, you need not suffer from physical pain in modern times. The medical faculty offers to the people of the society a variety of pain medications. A variety of pain medications. Such an elaborate variety of pain medications is there. Like if you have some simple headache, take Tylenol. There it starts. You don't even need a prescription for Tylenol. Take one or two of them and go to bed. Your pain will be gone and you will wake up fresh. Starting from there, then codeine, morphine, such derivatives, morphine derivatives are there. Even more advanced medications are there for terminally ill patients who have very severe pain caused by fourth degree cancer, etc. So there are medications for them, pain medications. Therefore, the medical faculty, the medicine people have come up with an array of medicines to battle this scourge of pain. Take advantage of that. Consult a good physician and you need not suffer. So you can get rid of the pain with the help of a good physician. Don't go to a surgeon. The surgeon is ready with his scalpel and all that. Go to a good physician. Go to a surgeon only after the physician refers. You should go to a good physician. That is all you have to do. Once you do that, your pain situation can be addressed. Same thing goes to illness also. Don't make it too much Vedantic. It is less Vedantic than you believe it. And you be pragmatic about it. You are living in a most modern society. The science has taken long strides in conquering the pain and illness. So you should take advantage of all those advances in science and technology. Both feel the same to me. No, not same. I don't know whether I have answered your question. If I left any, to the extent I could understand the question, I have answered. If there is still some grey area in my answer, you please rephrase your question and submit it again. What is the eligibility for people in Grahasthashrama to become sannyasis? Are the ladies also eligible? Yes. The gender discrimination we don't follow. Irrespective of caste, creed, race, religion, we teach Vedanta to people. And if the people want to become sannyasis, and if they are eligible, and if the teacher or the guru is willing to give sannyasa, they can become sannyasis. You can see all that. Many non-Hindus have become sannyasis. Many Europeans and Americans have become sannyasis. Many means you can count some of them. And of course, ladies do become sannyasis. Therefore, there are no restrictions. And people who are unmarried, they become sannyasis. It is easy. If you are not married and there is some hesitation to get married or not, the fate will decide. No lady is willing to marry, then you need not take a decision. That is how it happens. That's why I am telling you. You need not take any decision. Bhagavan takes decision on your behalf. You waited enough and now no lady in her right mind is going to marry you. And you also lost interest in it. Because so oscillating between the two positions, whether to marry or not, like that, having oscillated for a long time, now you decide, okay, enough is enough. Now I am not going to marry anymore. Then sannyasa is only a matter of waiting for the right occasion. Only you have to convince a Swami that he is willing to give sannyasa to you. You have to catch hold of a Swami who is willing to oblige you. That is all you have to do. You find many Swamis are there in Rishikesh. You come one day before Shivaratri with some manipulation or with some meeting Swamis, etc. You can find some suitable one and become a Swami by next day. You can become. But if the person is married, then becoming sannyasi is a bit more difficult, a lot more difficult. But still people do that, rarely. So it is possible. So what is the eligibility? Eligibility means the one who has to give sannyasa, he will decide. Some of the Swamis, they give sannyasas left and right. They don't ask for any eligibilities and all that. Just you come in the queue and get sannyas. So no questions, not many questions are asked. Hey, from where you are? South India? No, South India. From where? Karnataka? Karnataka. Okay, come, take sannyas, over. So some Swamis are like that, they don't ask many questions, just give sannyas. And whosoever is willing to become sannyas, they become sannyasis. But some of the Swamis are a bit stingy about it. They ask some testing questions and then postpone it and advise against it. All that can happen. Even such Swamis could be convinced at the end of the day and you can become a sannyasi. So that is how it happens. For a grahastha, the eligibility is, of course, the person should be willing to give up the comforts of family life. And then generally he will be asked, what about the family? What arrangements you have done for the welfare of the family? In your absence, how the family will be taken care? And did you consult your spouse? Like that they examine the issue. And sometimes the Acharya may himself consult the spouse and go to the lady and ask, your husband wants to become a sannyasi, how do you say? So like that. And then come to a conclusion based on some consultations. That's why a grahastha becoming sannyasi takes time. Years will pass before the decision was forthcoming finally. Some years will elapse. That is how it happens. What is the significance of Mrityunjaya Mantra when it can be chanted? It can be chanted pretty much any time you like to chant it. You have a pure heart and you feel like chanting, you can chant. There is no muhurtam for that. You see, to do a good thing, you don't need a muhurtam. To do a bad thing also, you don't need a muhurtam. Therefore, you don't need a muhurtam, ultimately. So, you can chant pretty much any time. And then significance, it's a mantra, like any other mantra, it is also a mantra. People are afraid of death. And this mantra is given the name Mrityunjaya. That is the name conquering the death. That name itself has an attraction to people. Because people, knowingly or unknowingly, they are afraid of death. They live in the fear of death. And sometimes the fear is well understood and known. Sometimes it is there in you, but you are not aware of it. So it could be like that. Therefore, in either case, the name Mrityunjaya Mantra is a very attractive name. Therefore, people chant it. And the name is significant also, in the sense that the meaning of the mantra has that sense that you conquer death. mrityormukshiya. May I be freed from death. Mamrutat. May not I be freed from immortality. If you remain a samsari, you are away from the immortality. May that not happen. May I be freed from death. It is there in the mantra. That is the significance.
One doesn't really need anybody to give sannyasa, like Buddha just walks out.
Buddha, he walked out of the house. To walk out, you don't need a guru and all that. That is all right. But then Buddha went to a guru. Buddha went to a guru in the forest, in the mountains and in the forest. He went to a guru. The name, guru's name is there. Some Ulipi or something. Yeah, there is more than one guru. There is a book, White Clouds, Old Path. Old Path, White Clouds. That is the book. Thick book. Written by a Vietnamese Buddhist scholar. That is the name. Thich Nhat Hanh. Very popular, very scholarly Buddhist scholar. He wrote that book. I have read that book. A beautiful biography of Bhagavan Buddha. But it doesn't read like biography. It reads like the Buddhist philosophy book. The details of Buddha's life will be given, but the entire discussion through the medium of Buddha's life goes into Buddha's teaching. Like it says, Buddha got up early that morning and he was going for a walk. These two students met him. Like that it starts as a story. But then soon, that day, that morning, Buddha's sermon was on these lines. Like that it describes the sermon. Therefore it doesn't read like a biography. It reads like a book of philosophy. That is another biography. I gave one example already. That is autobiography, which is more than a biography. It is a Vedanta text really. And another example, this book. So, Old Path, White Clouds. In that, you see a number of gurus that Buddha has come across after leaving the palace. So he goes to a guru, and guru gives him a method of meditation. He describes a method of meditation and asks him to meditate. Buddha was very intelligent. He was an extraordinary human being, He was not ordinary. And therefore, the meditation, he receives the instruction from the guru for a short while, for 15-20 minutes, that is enough. And guru knows it and he also understands it and goes away into the seclusion of a forest or a cave or whatever, and he meditates there as per the instructions of the guru for a month. And then goes back to the guru and reports his experience of the 1 month meditation. Guru checks a few things with him and then gives him another meditation. Like that it goes on. And after 6 months or 1 year, the guru says, all I could teach I have taught you. There is nothing more I can teach to you. Now you go to him. Like that. And one fine morning, Buddha wakes up. He gets up from meditation. And he finds no need to go to any more gurus. For the first time in 2 years or 3 years, he walks down the mountain peaks and from the forest, and then he comes to the outskirts of a small village, and there he meets 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys, or maybe 1 girl and 3 boys, tending to buffaloes. Buddha means buffaloes. Christ means donkeys. Shri Krishna means cows. So like that, So Christ could be sheep also, donkeys and sheep. So he sees them. And then he did not have proper food for quite some time now. He was eating some fruits and all that, Buddha. And so these people, these children, they come out of the home with some food packed with them, and banana fruits and some rice cooked rice. That is the food they had. They share their food. The 4 kids share their food with this Mahatma. And while eating the food, he gives the first sermon. That is the very first sermon of Bhagavan Buddha. It is the sermon on eating food. I used to teach this sermon in Salesburg and ask them to follow that sermon while eating food. So, that is how Buddha had gurus, yeah. The devotee doesn't know it, you know. The devotee doesn't know what you said. That's why mantra. He identifies with the physical body. Whole life he thinks he was born. The birth of the physical body he takes as his own birth. To the person whom you have described, he doesn't need any mantra. He is a liberated soul. But people, they identify with the physical body whole life. They don't see the distinction between the two, and they are afraid of death. Therefore the mantra. Only life form in solar system is on earth. You said, I said, science says that. So they are searching for life everywhere. For the last 50 years they are searching. And they found water elsewhere. On Mars they found water. On the moon also they found water. More than water, they found methane gas. Methane is an organic molecule. And then they found some amino acid molecules, more than methane. Amino acid is the building block of proteins. And so the life, the hints of some life, they found here and there. Other than that, they never found any life till now. So you have to go by the evidence available. Yeah. No, Devatas. Shankara says Devatas are among us. Shankara in Brihadaranyaka Bhashya, he addresses this issue. Devatas above, men on the earth, and below Rakshasas. This is the vertical model, you know, which cannot be correct. How can you have a vertical model? Not possible. So, having said that, he says Devatas are also humans. Rakshasas are also humans. Humans are also humans. So 3 kinds of humans now. That is how Shankara describes. Not one place. At least 2 places I remember. The Sambandha Bhashya of Brahma Vidya Brahmanam 1.4, he describes this. And also he describes the same thing in another Brahmanam, 6th Adhyaya, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, called Prajapatya Brahmanam. In that he describes it. I have taught Prajapatya Brahmanam in Salesburg. So they must be having this CD and all that. So Brahma Vidya Brahmanam, of course, I have taught. Not in Salesburg. Salesburg also I have taught one time in Hyderabad.